Hi and welcome back to Marketing Gems. So we're almost halfway through the year, so I wanted to use this Marketing Gems to talk about, does your marketing need a refresh? So remember January the 1st when everything was bright and shiny, there was a buzz around life, there was endless possibilities, and we all had that determination inside us about our businesses. Well, we're at the end of June, beginning of July now. How are you feeling? I'm going to put money on it that you're feeling slightly different, possibly even tired, jaded, and wandering around with no direction. And I'm guessing that's because you've left behind those plans that you made at the beginning. All of those resolutions you made disappeared in February. The plans that you started kind of waned around March, April time. And then for the last few months, you've kind of just been walking around with no direction. It's never too late to start again. So we're midway through the year. This is as good a time as any to review what you've currently been doing. And you might be thinking, well, where do you start? So I'm going to give you some top tips. So let's start with your digital shop window. That's your website and all your social media profiles. And I want you to take a look at those. And as you're looking through those digital shop windows for your business, I want you to think about whether you're explaining what you actually do as a business. Is it really clear? So if somebody visited, would they know what you're doing? Secondly, check that you have your call to action. So if somebody is visiting your social profiles or your website, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to buy something online, call you, download something, like a page? Is it really clear about what action you want somebody to take once they've visited your digital shop windows? Next, is there a consistent look and feel across those platforms? So are you using the same imagery, graphics, using the same tone of voice across all of your social media platforms? Is it really clear and consistent? And remember, being consistent in terms of showing up and being regular and being consistent in your look and feel is half the battle of your marketing activity. And the last thing to check with your digital shop windows is, do all the links work? And don't underestimate this. Even the biggest brands out there have broken links. So just check the customer journey on your website, through your social medias. Have you got everything working and in place? So the next thing I want to talk about is paid for marketing. So are your marketing adverts paying out? So if you're doing any kind of online advertising, pay-per-click, Facebook adverts, they all have analytics and tracking systems. So you should be able to track where those links and clicks are going to. So if people are getting to your website, maybe you have a shopping page on your website, are you seeing some bounce out at the checkout process? If so, what's the problem? Go through that customer journey and make sure there's no broken links or something that's quite confusing in that journey that might be putting people off buying. If you're using paid marketing adverts offline, such as in printed magazines, then this is obviously a little bit harder to track. So are you using things like unique numbers, text numbers, unique web addresses to direct people to? If so, are you seeing a spike? So maybe you've put your phone number. Are you seeing a spike in calls after that advert has been published? If you're using offline adverts as a way to generate brand awareness, then obviously tracking is a little bit different because it's harder to track in numbers. So my third point I want you to think about is, are you networked out? If you think back to January, how many of you joined a stack of new networking groups only to stop going when it came to February or March? Well, remember, half the battle of marketing is be consistent and show up. So think about those networking groups. Maybe some of them weren't suited to you or your business, but remember, with networking, it's not about who's in the room, it's about who knows who outside of the room. So, how many of you would love to get that New Year buzz back again? Well, there's proven research out there that says if you've got that fresh start feeling, it's a real motivator. And it's a great way of drawing a line in the sand. This is your transition point. So let's call it today. Pretend, imagine, whatever you need to do, that today's the 1st of January. This is your transition point to leave the old, lazy you behind and start again. You're going to be motivated, determined, excited about your business again. And I'm going to give you 2 tips here. First of all, I want you to remind yourself why you do what you do. And then I want that to become your mantra, something you tell yourself every day. Secondly, create a strategy. Where do you want to be? What's your vision? And then work backwards from there to create a plan of activity to get you to that point. If you want one-to-one support to help you create that strategy, then do get in touch. That's it for this week's Marketing Gems. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're excited to get that January the 1st feeling back again. It's never too late. Refresh your marketing and start again. Don't let it disappear. Most self-employed people, statistics out there say that 50% of us don't make it after 2 years. Let's beat that odd, okay? Let's beat the odds. Let's do it. Okay, so that's it for this week's Marketing Gems. Do find me on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, find me on Facebook, and see you next time.